Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's Mr. Crypto Vet coming at you guys with a very exciting update on, drum roll please. If you couldn't tell by the title or the thumbnail of this video, the one-click pro trainer. We're going to get into exactly what the difference is between the trainer and the trader here in this video. Before I get started, I want to remind you guys that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just for education and entertainment purposes only. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification to be notified whenever I drop new content on the channel. All right, so you guys, I know I said I was going to be taking a break, which I still am. However, I find that this information is super important for me to get out to the people. There's not a whole lot of people on YouTube right now talking about 8-Minute Trader, and I feel like it's kind of my duty to go out there and educate people on what's going on, especially those who aren't actively involved with 8-Minute Trader and longevity, so they can get a bigger picture of what's going on from the outside looking in. So today is actually yesterday night, late in the middle of the night, almost close to midnight Eastern, there was a message, and I just happened to be up doing some trainings and some other things that I was working on, but there was a message that was released in the main Telegram group saying that the one-click trainer software has been officially released. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and show you guys what that looks like, what it all entails, and what's the big difference between the trainer and the trader. All right, so I'm just going to hop right into my screen. But before I hop right into the screen share, I just want to let you guys know I had a lot of people reach out to me when I said I was going to be taking a break. When I said I was going to be taking a break, it was primarily from the investment platforms that you can go and put money into, and you're going to receive ROI, whether that's daily, weekly, or monthly. That's the main focus that I'm taking a break from, just because I don't have the time to keep making videos. But with 8-Minute Trader, this is something that even myself, I am continuing to do on a daily basis. I typically will trade the US 30 Open with Coach Mo in the mornings. And now that the one-click pro trainer is out, I'm going to be taking some more trades throughout the day. We're also going to be hopping on live trading calls together throughout the day. So if that's something that you're interested in, you know, maybe the US 30 Open you really love, but you're nervous to take trades and alerts on your own later on throughout the day. Well, now we have a space where you can come and take the trades with professionals like Coach Tim, Coach Mo, as well as Sal, all on the same team. So with that out of the way, I'm going to just share my screen here so you guys can check out the charts. All right, so this is what a chart is going to look like now. This is the new ginormous template here that you're going to see to the left of your chart. There's options in here that you can go in and customize. I have my primary risk per alert set at 0.25%. That's going to be automatically, yeah, I said that right, automatically divided between 4 trades. And if I get an alert while I'm going over this overview, I guess you could call it, I am going to just go ahead and take that alert so you guys can see what it looks like in real time. So excuse me if I, just happen to change subject really quickly. But trade 1 is going to be the initial trade. So for example, we're going to look at this last buy signal here on NZDUSD, and the initial entry would be right here on trade number 1. Trade number 2 is this first pullback line right here. Trade number 3 is a 75% pullback line, and trade number 4 is the body close of the candle. I'm not quite sure why this orange line is up here. I don't see the body closing of this alert candle unless I am looking at it incorrectly. Oh yeah, so the body close was up here. But regardless, trade number 4 is a mitigation trade. The cool thing is you don't have to take all the trades. If you just want to split up 20.25% against 2 of these initial trades, it'll automatically calculate that for you and let you know what your lot size is going to be. Then you also have mitigation trades. Mitigation trades are going to be the second entry per those same exact zones. So let's say the initial entry 1, you're going to click on this, for example, buy. You're going to push that buy button 2 times, and it'll get you into 2 buys. typically for your risk to reward plan, you'll have whether it's a 1 to 2R, 1 to 3R. Once it hits your target, you can close that trade and let the mitigation trade just run in case it's a runner, and you can catch that trade and watch that thing just take off. So that's the difference between the initial entry, trade 2, 3, 4, and the mitigation for each of those. Remember, you don't have to take all of that. A little box is going to pop up here, and you can check which boxes you want to take for your trades. So I'm hoping that a alert is going to pop up here. I don't see a reason why there wouldn't be. If anything, I may pause the recording and wait for an alert to pop up, but I anticipate an alert coming up at any moment. So another really neat thing is, like I said, it's going to give you your lot size automatically right here in this box. I'll go into the settings so you guys can see that here in a bit, but this won't work on the indices if you have a smaller account. So keep that in mind. It's going to tell you 0.1 lot, but really if it tells you 0.1 for your lot, that means that your account size is really too small for you to be taking that calculated risk. So typically on the indices, if you have a smaller account, maybe 15,000 or less, it's probably best that you go in on the mini account. So the US 30 mini account is what you would want to trade, or the NAS mini, so on and so on for your indices. But this works phenomenally well on your Forex pair. So no more guessing, no more trying to hurry up and figure out what your lot size is and calculate and use the other calculator. And the main difference between this and the one-click trader is the ability for these trades that you accept to automatically enter and be placed on your chart once you hit accept. So with the way it's set up now with the trainer, he wants us to get familiar with the reasoning behind the software and for us to actually be able to put in our own lot size up here in this box. So you got to still be a little bit quick with the trigger, but a whole lot less than you used to. There's a whole lot less math and things that are required when doing so. In the meantime, here's just a great example. Both of these alerts, I know they look like they're close together, but really both of these alerts are winners depending on how you traded it. This sell initially got triggered right here on this candle, and you see it got all the way down to about, well, 7 pips. Keep in mind we're on the 1 minute chart, so it's not going to be super huge. So if anything, depending on how you played it, that could have been a break even, or it could have been a loss on the initial entry, but you also had an opportunity here on this pullback entry as well. So let's see here. The initial pullback ran back for 8 pips and it went in profit for just shy of 8 pips. So depending on how you played that, you could have taken profit on this sell, but this buy was a phenomenal win. So here is where the alert would have got triggered. You could have waited for a little bit of a pullback before getting in on the initial entry, but then it also triggered this initial pullback line. So if you are playing this initial pullback line, you see your risk here is only about a pip and a half, I guess, and it ran for about 9, almost 10 pips. So this was a winner, definitely, for sure. That was 9R basically. So also on the initial trade, let's see here, if you would have gotten at the very top, you would have risked about 4 pips, and it did get into profit. So this is at least a 1R trade if you took at the very top of that alert. So I'm just showing you guys this as an example. We can go over here to the left and see this is a better example here of what this body close candle looks like for your trade number 4. And so you could get in on the initial, of course, your first pullback entry number 1, the 75% pullback, as well as this is where you're going to get your best quote unquote cost average for this trade. You can see it almost touch, but not quite. And so obviously this thing ran for a good while. This you would have risked just just about 3 pips for your risk, and it ran for about 18 pips. So you do the math on that for your risk to reward ratio. And I mean, all day long, you guys can just play as this. And this isn't even the ideal time of day to be playing NZDUSD. I'm just showing you as an example. So another really neat thing about the new trainer is when you get into the trades, your stop loss line is automatically going to pop up, so you know exactly where you'll want to place your stop loss, so you don't have to sit there and guess and look and see. There's going to be a solid line that'll automatically come across the bottom of the newest alert. So I'll kind of flip through these charts so you can see some of the price action that's been happening this morning as we wait for an alert. At the time of me recording this video, it is the 16th of March at 12:42 p.m. So you might as well call it lunchtime for New York. Not a whole lot happening. This isn't an ideal time to be trading, even just because it is outside of the window of trading. Typically, things start to pick back up around 1 or 2. So we still have a little bit of time to wait on that. But I mean, here you can see this beautiful buy on the NAS just after the open, actually. So if you've been in this buy, you could have been in this buy all day long with your mitigation trade, just letting that thing run. Your initial pullback line risk is about 26, 27 pips, and it's currently, the high was 316, 320, almost 325 pips. So really huge runner. I mean, you do the risk to reward math on that as well, and you can see even if you took the sell, it's a small loss compared to what your mitigation trade could be, and potentially if you stuck into that and you didn't get out on a pullback. For me, I like to wait until my mitigation trade at least hits 4 or 5R from where I am before I even consider wanting to close that thing, because as you can see here, it could continue to run and run and run. Once it gets to a certain spot, you can actually just do a trailing stop. That's another option that you have. You can just enter into a trailing stop. They're really easy to do. You just simply right click on your stop loss and you click on trailing loss. You can put in how many points you want it to trail behind current price, and it'll continue to climb. So maybe that's something that I would have done after this huge bullish candle, after this pullback reversal. But you know, who knows? I didn't play this. I actually just got back into my home office. I had some appointments this morning. I was still able to attend the training. I had it in my earpiece and was listening to it while I was driving. Didn't get a chance to trade the US Open this morning, but you guys, the training is phenomenal. If you guys aren't in yet, I don't know what you guys are waiting on. Even if you get in just to practice on a demo account, if this is something that you want to use for a funded challenge that you can do for a prop firm, you know, now you have the tool here at your disposal. Okay. So this is US 30. We didn't get a buy alert down here at the bottom, similar to the way we did on the NAS. So you guys can play both charts if you want. But I mean, look at this amazing sell entry right here. This is the last alert that we got. I'm zoomed out quite a bit, but if I zoom in a little here and make my way over to the left here, I believe this was before the market opened today. Hands down, it had to be. Yeah. So here we got a sell alert, and this was at 31,925. And if we zoom out, we can see if you would have stayed in a mitigation trade, this thing ran down all the way because it did pull back to the 75. We could measure that all the way down here. Another 362 pips. So, I mean, this is crushing it, you guys, crushing it. Lives are going to be changed here with this program. I'm confident in it. Here's what gold looks like on the 1 minute. Oh my goodness, look at this. You guys had 2 opportunities here. You had your initial, let's see here. The initial alert came in right here on this candle. And over here to the right, it looks like it pulled back slightly above the 75. Oh my goodness. look at the way this thing ran after that. Wow. So, I mean, this I'm really excited. I don't know. I might actually start a prop firm challenge myself here. Even though the one-click pro trader isn't out, I still think we have the tools available at our hands, at our disposal to God, look at this beautiful buy alert right here. She just ran and ran and ran. Goodness gracious. So this is gold GU. Let's take a look at that and see how the alerts are looking. A really neat thing about the new trainer is that it'll also automatically flip to the chart that the alert pops up on. So that's another really neat thing that happens. So we're just waiting on an alert here, you guys. But here's a beautiful buy alert that came through. Here's a beautiful sell alert. And they're also teaching you how to trade these arrows as well. On the training starting either tomorrow or on Tuesday, Coach Tim is actually saying that he's going to trade the arrows as well. So if you guys aren't in, make sure you guys get in so you guys can learn how to trade these arrows as well if you're not already familiar. But we also have this beautiful buy opportunity here. And she's still currently in that uptrend. And once again, this isn't even the ideal time to be trading this pair. I'm just showing you guys the most recent examples that we have here for the data. All right, we already looked at this chart. Let's see here, Euro JPY, a beautiful sell that, I mean, she literally plummeted down here. Euro NZD, we had some great sell opportunities here, nearly touching this pullback line. This looks like you may have lost on that trade, but overall, these alerts are pretty solid, you guys. I cannot lie. I cannot lie. I'm loving what I'm seeing. And the beautiful thing about it is you can use this software on a small account because guess what? You don't need to have a huge account if you're just strictly going to stick to the Forex pairs, right? Indices is where people blow counts because you're trying to do too much too fast with little bits of money. You're over there trading US 30 with a $500 account and you're going to blow through that real quick. I promise you that. So use this. This is going to be your best friend with the Forex pairs if you have a small account. I promise you that. Look at the sell alert up here. And she ran all the way down. These are confluence right here. Confluence to let me know that this is going to continue to run downwards, right? Lots of profit to be made on that opportunity there. Euro AUD, we have some more opportunity here with these sell alerts. Look at this. I mean, she came and kissed that 75% pullback line and she just dropped like a rock. So, I mean, pinpoint sniper entries right here. So another cool thing is if this box gets in your way or you want to look left to see what happened in history, you can just click this little button and it'll make this so there's only an outline showing, but it'll be transparent so you can see straight through and see what happened here, which of course hiding behind that box is a beautiful sell alert and a beautiful buy alert. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. And you have this beautiful sell alert here at the tippy top. Lots of profits to be made here with the mitigation entry. If you're letting your mitigation entries just run, you're going to catch some major gains on your account if you do it the right way. Just like people like to love to hold on to their losers, you got to learn to love to hold on to your winners as well. Okay, that's something that I'm still trying to get through myself. Sometimes you'll cut yourself short, but you got to learn to fight through the same way you would try and like sit there and fight through on if you're in some drawdown. So, but remember, don't get into any more drawdown than you have to. All right, so here we go. Here's our first alert, GBPUSD. You see how it automatically took me to the chart? So we're already here. All right, so this is a sell alert. I'm going to zoom in here so you guys can see. We're going to move this down. We're going to move this to the bottom, lower right. Hit OK. Okay, so a sell alert just popped up. Remember, I'm only risking 0.25% And what I'm going to do is I'm going to accept. Oops. Oh, so because I moved my, we missed this opportunity. I'm going to automatically fast forward to the next alert. I'm not going to make y'all sit through that again. So we're going to catch me on the next alert, you guys. All right, we just got another alert. Sorry about that whole mess. I'm not going to touch the the thing up here in the upper right hand corner, but we're on Euro NZD here, and let's see here. Okay, so we just got a buy alert, and I'm going to zoom in here. Let's see if this is gonna. Nope. All right, we're good to zoom in. All right, so I got in, or I'm gonna get on the initial, which I have trade entry 1 and the mitigation. I'm not gonna get in on trade 2 because it's so close. Everything is actually really, really close. So I'll just leave the 75% pullback. So you see here, I have this and this. If I hit yes, it's now gonna tell me based on my risk, Euro NZD. So here, trade number 1 is telling me that my risk should be a 0.75 lot size. So let's change that up. 0.7. Oops, my keyboard has got to connect. So 0.77 now, and I'm in 2 buys. So trade 1 plus the mitigation. Now my trade 3, or the 75% pullback, the lot size is going to be 1.45. I'm not sure why it gave me trade. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Trade 2 was declined. Trade 2 was declined. That's right. We're in trade 3. I'm not sure why trade 2 is popping up here. But regardless, trade number 3, the lot size for the risk that I have set up is 2.45. So we'll go here and put in 2.54, my dyslexia. And then you can come over here, buy limit. And now you're just waiting on it. And now see, I didn't have to do any math. It automatically tells me what my lot size should be. And as you can see, it's coming back pretty quick. I'm going to put in the second one because we need to do 2 of these. Buy limit. Put it right on top of one another. And my stop loss is going to be right here at this blue line. This is that blue line that I was telling you guys about that'll automatically come up for your stop loss. So to do that, we're already in these 2 trades. So I can just simply drag this line down. Bam. Stop loss 1. And bam. Stop loss 2. And if you hover over this line, it'll tell you, oh, before I had automatically moved my my stop loss price there, it'll tell you what the price is if you hover over the blue line. Oh, there it is right there. So see, original stop loss 1.71835. So now I can go over and click on these guys. 1.7345. Oh, I got activated. That's why it's not letting me do it. So now I just simply can drag down. Looks like we're going to lose this trade potentially, but I'll do that and drag the other one down as well. And now, oh, look, it might be turning around on us. So now we're in all those trades. I'm going to show you guys my terminal down here, my navigator, or my terminal. And see, we are in 1, 2, 3, 4 trades. And we have our risk appropriate. So we should really only lose about a total of 0.5% if everything goes according to plan. You can see we're kind of already hovering over that range, and we're also nearing our stop loss. So we're going to try this on another chart as well. I know we got another alert that came in. I think it was on, no, let me see. Where was it? Oh, it must have been this one, Euro AUD. So this is a buy alert. I'm not even going to entertain this one though, because it looks like it has already hit the stop loss price. So I'm just going to reject all entries by clicking this button right here. And that'll automatically take that away and prep you for the next one. And it looks like my stop loss got hit. If we go back, which yes, it did. So we risked about 0.5% there. And so that trade is done. And it could happen that quick. It could also happen that quick in the opposite direction. But I wanted to show you guys the basics of what it looked like. So here's Euro NZD, and this is a buy alert. We just lost on the previous buy alert, but we're going to try it one more time. So as you can see here, I have my trade one, my initial trade, and the 75% pullback. Here, the spread is a little bit bigger. So we're going to go ahead and enter this trade. And it's going to give me my lot size that I need here. So I need approximately a 0.46 for the initial, 0.46. And that's just because the spread, whoa, that could be bad, is a little bit higher than the previous trade. So 0.46, we are going to get into two buys, 1, 2. Now we are going to set up our 75% pullback at 1.64. So we'll come up here, 1.64. Look at that. I don't have to do any math. I just come over here, buy limit, bam. I'll put 2 of them in there. And I'm going to put them slightly above the 75% pullback because the ask line is what's going to come down to activate that. So, and then I can hover over my original stop loss and 1.71787. What was that? 1.718. We are going to modify these guys. Stop loss 1.718. We're going to modify it. And then we can also modify the other one by double clicking here. 1.718. And you can just drag those down to this blue line. And it's as easy as that. And now you're in the trades and you're just sitting here watching it go. And you can also do your take profit. Now that you know what your initial entry is, as well as your mitigation trade, as well as your 75% pullback, you can just click and drag to take profit up above. You know your risk. So now that you know your risk, you can just double it or triple it. And then you just drag up, hover over, and you'll see, hey, is this the amount of profit that I want to take on these trades? So I know that I would need to at least profit $58 in the opposite direction, which is right about, you got to take into account the commissions and all that good jazz. Right about here. And remember, I'm only doing that for one trade because the other one is a mitigation, and I'm just going to let that thing run. And I'll check on it periodically and see if it's something that I want to continue to let run, or it could stop us out. Who knows? I mean, we're just here waiting to see what's going to happen with price. So overall, that is how you do that. If you want to manage the settings on this, you can just simply right click, go to expert advisors, properties, and this is where all your settings are going to be, or your inputs. So for example, pop the trade box empty, number of candles 15. That means from the time an alert pops up, you have 15 candles before your options to take those trades, and for it to calculate your lot size for you automatically. That's how many candles you have before that chart will go away. All right, your bearish stop loss pad for your spread is 1. Same for the bullish. Your risk, if you want to change that, you can also come in here and change it, or you can just double click here on the actual box and do that. Totally up to you. And you can just kind of come in here and mess around with these. You have a conservative setting as well as an aggressive setting. Sal mentioned this morning on the call that the conservative setting has seen better results than the aggressive. So take that with, whatever, however you want to do, conservative or aggressive. And that's basically the main thing here. That's pretty much all that I wanted to show you guys. Keep in mind, this isn't an ideal time of the day to be trading these instruments. So I'm just doing this mostly for example purposes to show you guys the gist of how this is going to work. As you can see, your initial trade is always going to fluctuate on price because it doesn't track when you actually click on buy or sell. So this is always going to populate for at least 15 candles. these other entries, all your other entries are going to be a solid number because those trades haven't been triggered yet, and it's waiting on that pullback from the exact moment that the alert came up. So, and it's going based off of where these lines are at. So keep that in mind as well. The main thing that you'll have to keep an eye on as it fluctuates is the initial entry for your lot size. So I'm going to continue to manage these trades and go from there. I have some interesting feedback that I can give the developers and let them know. Let's see if this box got changed out, if I can even move this box yet for the next alert. Because see, we kind of got two buy alerts back to back. One click pro trainer up here is smiling. Let me see if I can refresh it by doing it this way. Yep, so that worked. I just moved this down to the lower right and it automatically refreshed that for me. So we'll be good to go on the next alert. Aside from that, you guys, I don't really have any other feedback. Let's take a look at our trade and see how it's doing. We're in a little bit of profit here. So it's going to also tell you what your risk to reward ratio is at any given time. Similar to, it'll tell you if you're in profit or loss, as well as your percentage of profit or loss. So some really, really, really neat tools in here. Definitely come in here and play around. If you're not involved already, I don't know what you guys are waiting on. But that's all I have as far as an update today. The next update that I'll give is on the One Click Pro Trader when that officially comes out, which I don't have a date yet. So don't inbox me asking me when's the trainer coming out. Remember, it's really good to practice on this first so you know what you're doing when the One Click Pro Trader does come out, because that thing is going to be, when I tell you sniper entries, once you hit that yes, you don't have to worry about changing the lot size in the upper left hand corner at all. It's going to do everything there for you. So remember, if you want to get started with this program, my link to join 8-Minute Trader is down in the description of this video. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly on Telegram. My direct Telegram is in the description of this video as well as my email address. Either way, you can reach me at either one of those forms. And until next time, I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks. Peace.